Mini episode 1105 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode 1105 of the FDH Lounge. This is FDH managing partner Rick Morris here with our preview of episode 4.5 of Billions. Here's our top 5 developments heading into this week's episode. Number 5, in what might have been the wildest and most loaded episode in series history, the implications for Taylor's future may have flown under the radar. The bad news for Mace Capital is that Grigor's money is back in Russia, albeit so is his troublemaking potential. That has the ability to really bleed the company's finances. The good news could come in the form of Taylor's father's business idea. It's still unclear how sincere the offer to finance him is, given Taylor's obvious craving of his approval, but the irony at this point is that Mace Capital may actually need him to have a home run idea now that Bobby has really put the hurt on the firm. Number 4, Axe and Rebecca have become a fearsome combination already. Her giving up on her plans to help Bobby in a pinch got her a seat on that corporate board, but it was indicative of the growing personal as well as professional relationship. Bobby hasn't been able to help himself previously in terms of respecting boundaries. Is he going to in this situation? Because if not, he's going to have a pissed-off billionaire on his hands. Number 3, Grigor's plane ride home sends a message about the undisputed might of the Axe-Chuck alliance. Kate, Connerty, and the AG are now on notice, now that Chuck has the full force of prosecutorial power back in his hands again. Taylor's just waved bye-bye to Mace Capital's biggest backer, and there's plenty of powerful folks on the eastern seaboard who have been at odds with Chuck and or Bobby before and will be again, and now each and every one of them is on notice. Number 2, along those very lines, it seems like it's Bobby's turn to help Chuck once again. Yes, Bobby's wealth and connections helped grease the AG race for his one-time enemy, but Chuck paid him back 1,000 times over by taking Grigor off the chessboard. Now Bobby's got to help in going after the Attorney General and his New York operatives. A tricky move for any businessman, no matter how wealthy. But here's where we'll probably get to see art imitate life again. The Season 3 finale teased sicking the powers of the New York AG on Jock Jeffcoat, who is in many ways a stand-in for Trump, and we know that the New York prosecutors are feverishly going after Trump. Chuck's going to go after his enemies, and he'll continue to need Bobby's help, however that materializes. Number 1, what happens with Wendy? In some ways, that's the central question for the next chapter of the series. Axe threw away his marriage by going too far and risking jail time to bankrupt Chuck, and Chuck narrowly avoided divorce previously when he spied on Wendy's notes to try to prosecute Bobby. Both men go too far, and Wendy made clear to her husband that he had most definitely done so when he told the world that she beats him up for the sake of his sexual thrills. In her moment of humiliation, Taylor reached out to Wendy for the second time and was rebuffed again, but that may not always remain the dynamic between them. After all, Bobby is complicit in Chuck's decision to remain in the race at all costs, and Wendy has seen Bobby treat her as a disposable commodity once before. Even with the 30-day time jump, Billions did not answer the question of whether Wendy left Chuck, but the answer won't be long in coming. Neither Chuck nor Bobby can live without Wendy, even if they often forget that. How she processes the shockwaves of Chuck's public confession will determine much of the show's immediate future. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and the periodic table of elements.